Today's video is going to be a makeup review video, and this is going to be something that a lot of you guys have been requesting. I have been posting pictures using their products for a little while, and it's just been a real hassle to try and get a hold of multiple different shades because they're forever sold out. So what I'm reviewing for you guys today are Makeup Monster's liquid lipsticks. I don't think they make any other products besides their liquid lipsticks, but yeah, that's what I'm reviewing today. I personally have owned 6 shades, but I only hold 5 in my hands. I will get into that later on as to why I had to throw that one out. So with every review that I do, I will go shade by shade and then the pros and the cons, and then at the end I will explain my overall thoughts of the product and whether it's worth it. So the first shade I have is Maroon Masquerade, and this is a mix of a deep red and purple. What I love about this shade is that I haven't seen any others like it. There probably are ones that are similar, if not the same. I love the fact that this one is more purple based because that's honestly what I prefer in a maroon. The second shade I have is Wolfsbane, and this is a beige color with strong undertones of muted lavender. This color I feel washes out warmer skin tones, but I know that some people like that. It definitely, I think, suits cooler skin tones a bit better, but out of the whole shade range, I think that more of the shades suit warmer skin tones. But this is one of those ones that are more suited towards cooler skin tones, in my opinion. The third shade I have is Just Add Marshmallows, and I personally only bought this one because there was nothing else in stock. And this is a warm toned brown color that is a similar color to Dutch processed cocoa that I use in baking. I personally think that this shade would work best for medium to dark skin tones on the warmer end of the scale, but I think with the right makeup you can make this work on any skin tone. The fourth shade I don't have with me for good reason, and that is Darkness Prevails. Darkness Prevails is a typical black lipstick. I buy pretty much a black lipstick in everything. One, because I go through black lipstick the quickest. It's what I use the most out of everything, and lately I've taken to using it as an eyeliner because it's hard to find a vegan-friendly, good eyeliner. So the reason why I don't have it with me is because I tossed it. It dried up incredibly quickly. I noticed that there was no stopper on the inside of it, so air could flow in and out. I'm not sure if that was just a manufacturing error or what went wrong with that one, but it dried out within a couple weeks of owning it. And like, I do understand that it traveled 10,000 kilometers to get to me. It was just, you know, it cost me $28 Australian, so I kind of expected a little bit more. The next shade I have is Heavy Artillery, and this is a medium blue-toned grey. It's actually, I've never seen anything like this because lipstick manufacturers tend to swing towards either the light greys or the greige, as they made up a word for it, or the black. There is no in-between, but that's what I love about this one. This is that in-between, so it's darker grey. So it works more into the blacks and all of that, so you can create a better ombre, or it looks perfectly fine by itself. I love it by itself. As with any grey like you'd expect, it kind of makes people look a bit corpsey, but I kind of love that look. The final shade I have is Titan, and this one disappointed me like no other. I love the color of this one. It is a darkened purple with a heavy blue undertone. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it works so well with my skin and the makeup that I do regularly. However, this one compared to the others has the most watery formula I have ever used. The other ones slightly swing towards, like, they are more liquidous compared to Jeffree Star. This one was water. I have to use multiple coats to get this on my lips. Maybe again this was a formula problem, like with this particular batch. I think they are discontinuing this one, but it's such a beautiful color. So now getting into the pros and the cons, starting with the pros. The first one, and being probably the most important, they are cruelty-free and vegan. The second thing is that a little goes a long way with most of these. There's one that I had a major problem with the formula, but for the most part, like, the formula compared to Jeffree Star, the Jeffree Star one is very thick compared to these ones. These ones felt almost foreign at first because they were quite runny, but they were so incredibly pigmented that you didn't need a second coat. they have a smooth formula because of the fact that they are slightly runnier, and in all honesty, I kind of prefer it over the Jeffree Star one. Now onto the negatives. As I said earlier, Darkness Prevails, the black one, dried up incredibly quickly. When I took it out of its packaging when it first arrived, it did seem a lot thicker than the others. I didn't pay any attention to it. However, I did notice that the tube did not close. Like, all of them have like a point where you know they're closed, but for some reason this one didn't. It just never seemed to close, so I guess something was wrong with it. But yes, after it was about three and a half weeks, it completely dried up. I couldn't get any more product out of it. It wasn't empty, it just all solidified down the bottom. I was using it as lipstick and eyeliner, I loved it, so that's why I was so disappointed when it dried up. I did shoot them an email though, saying that, you know, it was a little bit off. I got no reply, but I didn't really expect anything. I didn't want a free product, I didn't want any of that. I just wanted them to know that something was up with this particular tube. The second con was that this one is incredibly runny. I love the freaking color, but it is so runny. I cannot use it as eyeliner like I do with a lot of my liquid lipsticks. I double them up as eyeliner so I don't have to buy as many products. And to be honest, vegan eyeliner, there aren't many shade options, but when lipsticks like this come out and they're perfect for eye use and all of that, it's a miracle for me. I will keep using this one because I can use it as lipstick. It requires a couple coats and I've got to be really careful that the color doesn't bleed out of my lips and all that while it's drying, just because it is incredibly runny. Another negative is that these don't have exactly the best smell. They smell like chemicals. Kind of like borax, actually. If anybody cleans with borax or anything like that, it kind of smells like that. I know that sounds really off-putting, but the smell disappears as the product dries. The only other negative that I could come up with is that they are forever out of stock of their best-selling shades and all of that stuff. It just seems like every time they restock, I'm asleep, and everyone jumps on it like within 2 seconds. And I generally try to buy mine from a reseller in Australia, but even they don't get the full shade range. They don't get the new ones until about 4 months later, and it's just such a hassle. It is so first world problems, but yeah, it's a hassle. So overall, I would rate these probably an 8 out of 10. They do lose points because of the fact that the formula of Titan was extremely runny and inconsistent with the rest, but I love the formula in general and the shade range is impeccable. So I hope you enjoyed this review video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to hear for every single video. Like this video if you like the review, comment down below if there's something you'd like to see on this channel. Also, what is your favorite shade? And I hope you all have a fantabulous day.